Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Shay.
My name's Seta.
My name is Esther,
And this is the Dear Abby podcast.
where we give you advice,
Today, we're going to be talking about holiday plans.
group projects.
And senioritis.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so Halloween just happened. How was it for everybody?
I mean, I can't speak for y'all, but I had a pretty good Halloween. I'm not going to lie. It was
What did
nice.
you do?
It was fun. We went over to, so me and my boyfriend were hanging out, and we went over to this girl's house, and she was having like a little get together for her birthday, and we were just, me and him dressed up as skeletons, and I did our makeup, and if I do say so myself, we looked really good.
The makeup was actually
it was
slayed,
nice.
yeah. You guys can check it out on my Instagram if you want to go do that.
shameless.
Oh, okay, shameless plug. Heard.
Okay, what about you guys?
Yours?
Really freaking depressing, actually. No,
Sorry,
so
guys.
basically, there's something recently just happened with my family, and it's like been a little bit of a downer in the Brady house. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like we were just kind of at home, just like sad.
I'm
I just
sorry, dude.
chilling.
That's tough.
It was like fine, but like whatever. And then my boyfriend was like, "Hey, I missed you," and it was like 11 o'clock, and I was helping my mom with her homework, and I was like, "Okay, you can pick me up," and then he actually did, and it was really weird.
Oh, okay.
He showed up in a pirate hat and was just like, "Hey, I'm here," and I was like,
Aw,
"All right, slay."
I had San Jack's on Halloween, so I had to go to class, and then but she let us out like 2 hours early, or like an hour and a half early.
What did
And,
you guys like? What class is it?
It was English.
Did y'all do a spooky lesson?
No.
Oh, y'all's teachers are lame.
We wrote a research paper.
Oh,
But then she let us out early, and then I have class with my boyfriend, and he was like, "Oh, let's go trick or treating," because he was like mentioning that like this is both of our last Halloweens as a child, like of our childhood.
yeah, it was really sad for me. When
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, it doesn't like matter now."
Okay, don't say that because
Because we're about to party down every year, so I don't know.
That's
what y'all are
true,
talking
like,
about.
this
Right,
is
but
the years
like
to
I
turn
can't
up.
go like get a bunch of candy, for free.
I mean, yeah, you can like put on a mask. No one will know.
Okay,
you're-
we got into a debate last night while I was at this chick's house, and we were like, okay, is there like an age gap to trick or treating?
100%.
Yes, but I feel like the age gap is
Like, you can't
older
be-
Like,
than
Esther, I love you, but
You can't be grown.
I would never go
trick-or-treating.
trick or treating ever again.
what? Okay, well,
When I hit 14, I said, dude, this is like, I went and
14
not,
is too young.
No, I was in 8th grade. I
grade.
remember it. I was in 8th grade. I took my sister trick or treating because she's 4 years younger than me, right? That's appropriate. And I went and I knocked on the first door, and immediately I was like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. I am asking grown people for candy, and my little sister's right next to me. This
but
is gross.
you're 14.
And I stopped. So I just never went again.
I think the last time I went trick or treating was probably like, I guess it can't be that much younger or older. I was like 15. It was like my freshman year was the last time.
Okay, but also this is my first year ever going trick or treating.
Okay, I
That
mean, you
does
need
not
that
make any sense
experience.
to me.
You need that.
What did you do for
experience.
the rest of your all of your past
Gave out
Halloweens?
candy.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude.
That sounded depressing. It's not as bad as this sounds.
Why did you why?
Because like my parents are the type of parents that's like, oh, like you can get snatched or something.
Oh my
And they
goodness.
like we don't really celebrate Halloween.
I mean, I
and,
guess
like,
that's valid.
Yeah, and like Halloween really isn't like a like for those of you that don't know, like my family and I were Kenyan, and Halloween is not really like celebrated that much in Kenya. So like they don't really like my parents don't really care about it. So
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, my mom and I, it's our favorite holiday, so we do love Halloween.
that's cute.
I thought okay. So what happened to going to Kima? I thought that was
Okay,
the
so
original plan.
we were gonna go to Kima, and then my sister, my cousin, and like her 2 friends that were gonna go dropped going.
Oh.
So she was like, all right, well, this other group of friends invited me out, and I'm gonna go with them. And I was like, you know what, valid. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
I'd want to go with them too. So then my mom was just like, all right, what am I gonna do? And I was like, man, I don't know. So she was like, what are y'all doing? I was like, well, I mean, if we're not going to do anything, then we're going to go hang out with them.
Yeah.
And then we got Taco Bell, and it was good.
Ooh, I love
Nice.
Taco Bell.
So, well, now
Halloween.
that Halloween is dead.
Done. It's
Yeah.
Christmas time. This morning I
no.
saw a TikTok of Mariah
Wait till
Carey.
after Thanksgiving.
You're not about to let the turkey live or what?
No, this morning I saw a TikTok about Mariah Carey. And she posted about how like now that it's like November 1st, it's Christmas season. And she's so right. Like it's Christmas season. Thanksgiving is one day. Christmas is a season.
I disagree.
All right. Actually,
We have a whole break for Thanksgiving.
We also have a whole break for Christmas, though.
2
Here's
weeks.
Here's the thing. I can hate on Christmas over and over and over again, but deep in my heart, I will always know that it is like a holly jolly time.
It is
And
a
I
holly
don't
jolly
hate it.
time.
It's
Like,
alright.
It's a holly jolly time. It's a holly jolly time.
I'm just here for the food. Like whenever I go hang out with my family and they, feed me all the delicious Christmas food, that's all I'm there for.
Like Christmas is like, it's a feeling. It's like an atmosphere. It's an environment. I love Christmas.
My bank does hate it, though.
I think on that note, we're gonna get into our regularly scheduled program.
Okay.
So let's get into our first topic of the day.
All right. So we got this one question from a listener, and it says, quote, I am in a group project in school, and the 3 girls I'm paired with keep fighting over everything and are consistently trying to drag me into it. Any advice?
I don't know if this was targeted.
It feels pretty targeted.
I don't know if this was targeted because, we are 3 girls. We do occasionally fight. I wouldn't call this a group project, but it kind of is. So I don't know. What advice would you give?
First of all, I have a few questions before I give advice. This is gonna sound like I'm not coming for the person who said this, but
Are you instigating it?
I'm not instigating anything.
No,
but
are they instigating
Yeah,
it?
I was gonna say, like, are they really dragging you into this, or are you inserting yourself?
Right.
That's true. I feel like a lot of people put themselves in situations that they weren't invited into and then complain about being there.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just, I think we need to kind of evaluate, do you need to be in that situation? Are they dragging you into it? And are you like, is this an issue that you're willing to keep going back for?
Especially with like people who need to be in the know about what's going on. Like if you can sense tension and you're like, so what's happening? Like, why are you fighting? Like you automatically are putting yourself into the position to choose sides.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just human nature to be kind of nosy and inquisitive like that. But you also have to remember, like, if it doesn't concern you, you don't have to be like in the middle of it, trying to be a middleman. Unless they asked you to, like if they didn't.
But also let's assume that this listener is actually being dragged into it, right? So let's assume that this person is trying to stay out of it. They're being completely third party. They don't want any part of it. And these people keep bringing them in. In that case, I would say you need to evaluate how important this topic is to you. And if these people, if they continue to bring you into this situation, are they worth being around? And yes, I understand it's a group project, but it's like sometimes you got to be like, guys, we're here to work. Just get it over with. And then we don't have to talk anymore after this.
Yeah, I do. So I understand like this whole idea of like being stuck, right? Because if you're in a group project, you don't really feel like you have a way out of it and this whole thing, right? But at the same time, you have to be able to kind of separate yourself from like non-important like things going on that like doesn't involve you at all, and like the things that you do find important and interesting. Like, do you want a good grade on this assignment enough to put up with these girls, or do you want to just sort of back away from it all and say, hey, I need to switch groups? Like,
I was gonna say there's also an issue of the teacher. If you can explain to this teacher what's happening, they can be an actual middleman and get in between the drama that's happening, because it shouldn't be that way. I would hope that these people, after you give your piece, would separate you from the situation. And if not, I would hope that the teacher would intervene and help you out in that case.
right.
And I feel like in this situation, the biggest thing you can do is stand your ground and be like, hey, like, I have no interest in being like the middleman. I have no interest in being in the center of y'all's drama, especially because it does not concern me.
Right.
And if you stand your ground, like, there's really not much that they can do to like after that, because like you can't be dragged into something if you say no.
That's very true. I think my final bit of advice here would be you need to do some kind of self-reflecting. Is this my place to be in this drama? Are they really pulling me in? And if so, what can I do to get myself out of it? And how important is this project or these people to me?
No, I agree. I do think that it is just sort of sitting down with yourself and saying, hey, like, what do I need to do to get out of this? Or is there something that I'm doing to insert myself into it?
That's true. All right. Well, I guess that brings us into
You
our...
didn't have anything else to say.
Sorry,
We both just looked at Esther and we were
We're
waiting.
like, okay, and your turn.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's fine. I think we covered all the bases.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into our second topic, which is the big one. Actually, we need to get into our sponsorship before we do any of that. On our holiday ones, we don't give a sponsorship, but on this one,
because it's a holly jolly time.
Yeah, we're giving. Get out of here with that. Okay.
Wow.
So this episode and every episode is sponsored by Deer Park's journalism program. The class is split into 2 sections, one being news and media, where we collaborate to make podcasts, magazines, and dabble in a bit of graphic design, while the other class is yearbook, which designs the yearbook and photograph school events. Talk to your school's counselor or Mr. Wyman himself in room 2342. It's above the pool if you didn't know, about being in our programs. I really want to say you guys should go out and buy a yearbook. You can get one at thedeernetwork.com/yearbook. We really appreciate it. It funds our programs. It funds the podcast that you're listening to right now. And I want to let you know that we have a bunch of cool projects coming up that is funded by the yearbook because we were able to get these equipment. And yeah.
Go buy a yearbook.
Yeah.
Hashtag memories.
Hashtag memories.
no.
Oh my God. Okay, so now for real, back into our regularly scheduled program.
Okay, so this one was not interesting enough, not sent to our telling me. However, it was sent to Esther personally. So coming from a friend, a deep listener, somebody
Yes.
who
Our biggest fan.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. You're all our friends out there.
Yeah.
So, however you get the questions to us, we really appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time to write it out and ask us.
I agree. So this one says, quote, "I need some advice. I need to get the motivation to do schoolwork and not procrastinate. Senioritis is on the rise. I just need advice to keep my head in the game."
Oh my gosh, this hit deep.
Boy, let me tell you, I am dying out there right now, drowning.
Yes.
I do not care about any of my assignments at the moment,
Preach.
and it is just like killing me.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
So, okay,
She can just call me Mariah
Okay.
Carey.
I love Mariah Carey.
Why do we always have to bring up Christmas?
It's a holly jolly time.
Okay, no. Okay, so this is just such a deep topic, I feel, to all of us right now.
I thought senioritis would not get me, but senioritis is
Here's
like
the thing.
beating
I thought
me
it was just
up.
a joke. Like I
It's
thought it
not
was
a
just an
joke. It's
excuse
not
to
a
not
joke.
do your work. But
Exactly.
genuinely, something about like going into senior year and you're like, at first, let me break it down for you. At first, you start out and you're on the rise. You're like, oh my
school
God,
spirit
I'm
too.
getting all this stuff done. I'm going to get to all the football games. Everything is so
Yeah.
important to me. A month in, you hate your life. Everything
Yeah.
sucks. You're not going to any football games because you don't have time. College applications, among like scholarship applications and the work that you don't actually care about.
And let me tell you, you have a moment of realization that you should have been documenting everything you've ever done in your life since
Yeah.
freshman year. And then you realize that you have to go back and find all that information.
And also, like, okay, so the three of us, I know that we all have taken like advanced classes and stuff, and we're kind of like ahead. Like, I went into senior year, I have all my credit. Like, I could graduate now.
Exactly.
Like, so
true.
I have all my credits. So like now I have, but I still have like I'm required to take a bunch of extra classes I don't need, and that makes me like even more like hating my life because I have to wake up, get ready, go to school, take these classes that I like literally don't need, and all I want to do is focus on my college applications, and that's what I have been doing, but they're very stressful. And also, like, I am still like having to like on top of applications, I still have a bunch of homework for classes I like low-key don't care about.
Right, and because you're focusing so much on those applications, you're just falling further and further behind in the assignments that you have.
I think for
Exactly.
me, it's okay. So I know me and Seta, we did the early college program, which, like we said in past episodes, we promote it, we push
it's
it.
good.
But
Saves you so much money.
Here's
However,
the thing: I don't know about all you morning people out there. I can't relate, but it is.
cannot wake up.
It is. I live. Okay, I'm not gonna say that, but I live very close to the college. So for me, I don't even have to wake up that much earlier to go to college, and it's so hard. It is so difficult, especially because I have a job, and I come to high school, and I have other obligations that I have to do. So I'm not getting that much sleep, and waking up in the morning is so difficult, and going to my classes is really hard. But I manage to do it. Like it gets.
I get off of work at 3:00 in the morning and
Which
then have
is-
to be up.
That
Insane.
cannot be legal.
That is
That
insane.
cannot be legal.
and then
she's
have to
18,
be up
so-
2 hours
Oh,
later
that is
for
true.
my college classes. And let me tell you, it's just not working. Like one-on-one, not happening. Anyway, recently I made the decision, actually this morning when I didn't go to my geology class, I sent a little email to my little Sandjack counselor and I said, hey babe, I'm going to fail this class. Please let me drop it. And so I'm dropping that class, and I think it's going to be really good for me.
I feel like every time I hear
You're
you
gonna have to
complain
pay
about
for
school,
it now, though.
It's okay. It's better than tanking my GPA.
You're right.
True.
You're right.
every time I hear Sada complain about school, it's always geology. It's
That
always
class is killing me.
Because you have no idea, Esther. You have
It's
no idea.
so hard.
And I don't understand why either of y'all are taking geology in the first place.
Let me tell
We're
you.
English major. Oh, I'm an English major. She's a
I'm
theater,
a theater major.
Education.
Why am I taking another science class? I have all 4 of my credits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
but
want to talk about it.
okay, let's get into actually how we can aid you in
Yeah.
this. So I know that we're giving a lot of negatives right now because we're experiencing it just
Yeah.
like you are. Like we can personally relate to all of this. But there are ways to combat it. And I found ways that work for me to combat this. So this morning I woke up and I realized that I didn't complete one of my quizzes for government
Oh, what does that do?
yesterday. And you can't redo it. And I realized that I have a geology exam coming up and I haven't really been going to my classes. And here's the thing. It's okay. It's okay because you're going to get it under control. Here is my advice for you. I've said before that I don't make a planner. And that's okay because usually I keep it all up here. But this weekend I went to Renaissance Festival, so it tanked.
Is it okay?
Is it okay? Is she okay right now? Are you okay?
It's totally fine.
She realized that she didn't do the government quiz just like me, so there's that. But okay, for real, come up with an organization that helps you get through your day. So whether that be
on Wednesdays.
Okay.
stop stressing out over it. It's okay. We'll talk about it later. Come up with a planner. Come up with something that you keep in your head. Use sticky notes. Put them in your mirror. Something like that. That really helps you.
Yeah.
Also, find things that you like doing. Because let me tell you, I do have a lot going on and I do complain about how much I have going on. Everyone in my life knows that. I complain about it. But I find things that make me happy. Okay.
Yeah.
So whether that be going home and watching a show with my boyfriend and kind of like, taking some time for me, or maybe I'll go on a walk because it's nice outside, or maybe, I'll read a book or do something that just makes me feel like a person and a human being and not just like a machine all the time. That really helps with senioritis. And I know it's not going to feel like it's helping right then because you feel like you're procrastinating or you're putting off doing work, but you need to heal yourself before you can get back into doing all of your other work. Now, that doesn't mean slack off and get behind, but take some time for you.
Something that I like to do is that, like, for example, one of the biggest things stressing me out right now is college applications, and I have so much anxiety about that. But I like to keep my eye on the prize, and I just think a year from now, where am I going to be at?
Yeah.
And where do I want to be at? And I just realize I just have to like keep pushing like a couple more months. Like how many months until graduation? December, January.
6.
6? Yeah, 6 months until graduation. So you just got to keep pushing for 6 more months. And also like I think about my end goal, like when I'm finished with applications, like next semester I feel like it's gonna be so much more fun.
I freaking hope so.
Like
It's gonna be so good, guys. Like it's gonna be so good. You're all of the fun stuff happens.
Exactly.
I'm assuming because you brought up senioritis, you're a senior. You have prom, you have graduation, you have so many beautiful things that
They're
are
doing
coming
that
up.
senior week for us.
Yes, they're doing that senior week. You have so many beautiful
That's gonna be
things.
so fun.
Yeah.
And I want you to just remember that end goal that Esther's talking about and keep that in mind. Find things that can get you through your day on a regular basis.
I agree. Okay, I know I just had a mental breakdown on camera.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Wow, that was so rude.
I'm so sorry.
Between
Anyway,
dropping the mic last time and the alarm, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I don't have it together.
anyway, I know I just had a mental breakdown on camera. However, I do agree with the things I said. Honestly, the things that have been keeping me sane, other than the lack of sleep I get, is probably just like being able to just kind of space out my time and just sort of separate like what needs to get done now and what can get done in the future. And I know people are going to be like, oh my God, so you're a procrastinator. Sure, but I'm not like dying yet.
Priorities, babes. Priorities.
Yet. We'll see how far it
So
goes.
I wish you luck.
You got this.
With all of our advice, I feel like you could definitely get through senioritis. And honestly, we should take a page out of our own books and keep all of this advice for ourselves. I want to let you know that after talking to these beautiful women in this room, I gain a little bit of knowledge every time we leave. So I hope that you guys
y'all
feel
make
the
me
same.
feel like it's gonna be okay.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, is that going to be our slogan?
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
T-shirts coming
So
soon.
I guess this
Ooh,
is a
merch.
beautiful time to kind of like end everything out.
Real talk though, comment down below if you'd buy merch.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun if we could like make some hats or t-shirts or something.
Yes. Okay, anyway.
All right. Well, I guess this is a good time to shout out our YouTube. It's the DRB podcast, and we are coming soon to other streaming services. We're working on it. I'm really excited to get that out there. And I am so thankful that you guys continue submitting questions and being beautiful listeners. And I'm excited to see where this goes.
Also, make sure to follow our Instagram at dear.abby.podcast. The Tell Me link is in our bio, so please submit your questions. We are kind of dry for them, so please, like, there is nothing.
We sound desperate.
Submit your questions now.
And even if you don't want to submit it to the Tell Me link and you just want to like tell one of us personally,
Text
like,
us.
Text
yeah,
us,
like
yeah.
literally.
We're very easily, like, you can easily access our Snapchats, our Instagrams,
Yes,
like, we're everywhere. So go ahead and, follow us.
Send
Give
us a
us
little
follow.
message.
Yeah, give us a little message.
And follow our TikTok at Dear Abby Podcast.
TikTok's coming soon.
They never, no. They never want to record TikToks. They never like my ideas, but
Okay,
it's okay.
no, because I'm editing and Esther comes up. All right, we're not going to get into it. We'll get into this off camera, guys.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for tuning in. We love you all. Peace and love.
Bye.